It could be recalled that on the 8th, 9th and 10th August 2022, violent protests sprouted from various parts of Sierra Leone, which disturbed the peace and stability of the nation. President Julius Maada Bio thereafter appointed a special investigation committee on the 24th of August 2022 to investigate the incidents. Presenting the reports to President Bio at State House, Chairman of the Investigation Committee, Emmanuel Safar Abdullahi, disclosed that the incidents gathered during the investigation will not attribute to the activity of 8th to the 10th August 2022 solely to socio-economic problems confronting Sierra Leone, but the incidents connotated an insurrection against the central government and underpinned by strong political vendetta exhibited on social media and other platforms. Mr. Abdullahi highlighted that the insurrection was well orchestrated, financed, timed, and geared towards destroying public property and undermining the peace and stability of the state by removing the legitimate and democratically elected president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, Brigadier Retired Dr. Julius Maada Bio, from political power.
SIG found out that all the violent protests of August 10th took place in the perceived stronghold of the APC, and that apart from few placards carrying messages of economic situation in the country, one dominant message that resonated across all of these areas was that Maada Bio must go. So which the committee could not have been, the committee found that it could not have been coincidental. This is also reinforced by the timing and spontaneity of the protest, starting at around 6 a.m. to 900 hours in the affected areas. In all the hotspots,
in Lunge, Potloko, Kamakwe, and Makeni, the Special Investigation Committee was provided with names of individuals who were involved in the planning and execution of the incidents by providing PPP t-shirts, placards, water, and food to the protesters.
Stakeholders shared names of politicians loyal to opposition who were providing guidance and support to the protesters. The Lunge fuel stations, the Kafubolong Chief Sisters, the APC office, the Makeni Councillor, the Mabroka Kamakwe area, and video and transcript were available to this effect. Also indications that the protests were politically motivated and they were well planned, organized, and executed in a coordinated manner. The SIG found that hate speech and tribal rhetorics in the build-up to the August 8 to 10 incident hugely contributed to creating the enabling environment for the protests to take place. The committee's findings are that there were insistent complaints of youth unemployment and marginalization, substance abuse, economic hardship, and food insecurity. These are not justifications for the level of violence that was perpetuated in the country. The indications are that they may have genuinely contributed to the August 8 to 10 incident, which rogue politicians exploited.
In his remarks, President Bio stated that he received the reports with great sadness as once again the nation was aghast with the brutal murder of ASP Matthew Mwewa Banya, the Operation Support Division Regional Coordinator in the Northeast Regional Headquarters town of Makeni. This is barely 8 months since 6 police officers were violently killed in the August insurrection. The president noted that citizens cannot live in a society where police officers who have the responsibility to protect lives and property become the objects of targeted killings. The president noted that citizens cannot live in a society where police officers who have the responsibility to protect lives and property become the objects of targeted killings. This, President Bio said, is unacceptable, and as his government will spare no effort to ensure those responsible for the death of ASP Matthew Mwewa Banya are held accountable.
On behalf of my government and our grieving nation, let me use this opportunity to express our sincere condolences to his family and the entire Sierra Leone Police Force. May God Almighty grant him merciful judgment. I note that the executive summary of the report states the insurrection was well planned, financed, well orchestrated, timed and geared towards destroying public property and undermining the peace and stability of the state by removing the legitimate and democratically elected president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. That is myself from political power. There can be no justification to remove a democratically elected government through illegitimate means. Gone are those days.
He noted that the insurrection was, according to the report, was well planned and executed in order to unseat the legitimate and democratically elected president of the Republic of Sierra Leone is unpatriotic. President Bio highlighted that there can be no justification to remove a democratically elected government through illegitimate means. This is because, despite his administration inherited a government which had mismanaged the economy and imposed austerity, coupled with the twin global crises COVID-19 and the Russia-Ukraine war, yet his government has taken actions to cushion the hardship on Sierra Leoneans through various subsidies, salary increments, tax reduction and waivers on essential commodities, provision of special facilities to support the importation of essential commodities, and provision of cash transfers to thousands of vulnerable people across the country.
I also note that the investigation has made a number of recommendations across various sectors and interests to prevent the recurrence of the event of August 8 to 10, 2022. Let me also assure the committee that my government will carefully study these recommendations and take the necessary actions. Simply put, the report will be acted upon. As we approach the 24th of June, multi-tier elections, let me encourage all Surinamers to be law-abiding and remain peaceful.
The committee comprised various heads of government, institutions, and professional bodies charged with the responsibility to investigate those who organized, planned, and funded the August 8th, 9th, and 10th protest, identify the root causes, and make recommendations to the government of Sierra Leone on what needs to be done to prevent a recurrence of such ugly incidents. For SABC TV News Hour in Freetown, Mosira reporting.